And the hunt for clues spanning more than 750 miles after a man opened fire at a video game tournament in Jacksonville after he lost a game.
Heavily armed agents raiding the suspect's home in Baltimore overnight. The 24-year-old is accused of killing 2 and injuring nearly a dozen before turning the gun on himself.
All right, Phil Keating's all over this. He's live on the scene in northern Florida, in Jacksonville, with the very latest. Phil.
Yeah, the Sheriff's Department not releasing an official motive at this point, but according to one witness, the gamer, the suspect and killer, apparently lost and then pulled out a gun and started shooting. The Landing here in downtown Jacksonville over my shoulder, very popular place with restaurants, bars, and shops, live music. But suddenly everything changed dramatically at 1:30 yesterday afternoon.
People were being trampled, people were hiding, everybody was screaming in fear.
A friend who was inside told me that when everything started happening, a lot of the guys actually barricaded themselves in a very large bathroom, and they were just kind of behind the stalls. So they stayed in there the entire time. There was really no way to escape where we were playing from. You were pinned in there.
This was a qualifying tournament for the Madden NFL Championship Series. The winners here get the right to go to Vegas and compete for a total purse of $200,000. The suspect and killer, the only person police and sheriff's deputies say is responsible here, 24-year-old David Katz out of Baltimore. ATF and FBI searched his apartment, his townhouse, yesterday, and they closed down that scene last night. And according to witnesses, it was absolutely terrifying, chaotic, and it was a pure panic. The 2 victims that are dead, 2 dead, 9 wounded by the gunfire. The 2 dead, Taylor Robertson out of Ballard, West Virginia, and Eli Clayton out of Woodland Hills, California.
So we know that the suspect used at least one handgun to commit this act, and we are working again with our partners at ATF on that aspect of the investigation.
So this is a pretty big tournament, very popular amongst the gaming community, all of the people that play Madden online with their competitors around the country. Some of them were actually meeting for the very first time here at this tournament. So people around the country had come here for this. It's a big deal. According to one of the gamers, he said people were just inside having fun, playing the game they love. And then all of a sudden, the shooting started happening. Back to you guys.
Hey, Phil, I was there. The statue of Andrew Jackson's right there in front. This is a horrible incident, but this is not usual for that area, right? Isn't that very safe?
There have been a couple of other shootings at the Landing over the past few years, but typically it is pretty safe. It was more popular as an entertainment destination in years past. However, it's still a happening spot on weekends. And like I mentioned, some weekday nights, there's live music playing and people gathered around having good times. And unfortunately, in this case, suddenly somebody pulled out a gun and started shooting.
Wow.
They did indeed. All right. Phil Keating live in Jacksonville. We thank you very much. We're going to have